What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello there, back again. What's going on? How are you guys doing this morning? We doing okay? Wait for a few people to get in here. Get things started at 10:30 today. $10:30 today. We looking at decks. Oh, whoa. Looking at this. The mana ramp. You know how it go. The card draw. Remove woe. It's all here. Straight to the dome. Oh, 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 oh. What is going on with this beat, dude? I don't even know how to begin to rap on that. I don't even know how to begin to rap on that. Chipotle. People that work at Chipotle when I put too much stuff on my burrito. Yo, Gabe. What's going on, my guy? How we feeling this morning? How the hell is it going? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Make a mess like the cat in a hat. Leave it gone, that's that, that's that. Gabe Wallace in the motherfucking chat. Number 1, number 2, that's a fact. Ooh. 5 people. Oh my gosh, don't go up to double digits. I ain't fucking with it. I just got the widgets. Looking at the chat. Ooh. You know where I'm at. Ooh. Hope you like the deck, LOL. Oh, I will. Oh, we will like the decks, dude. Yesterday's decks were cool. Yesterday's decks were super cool. I hope your decks aren't dorky. No, they're gonna be sick. All right, boys. Welcome to day 2 of the All for One deck challenge. We're going to be looking through the decks that have been submitted for the All for One challenge. The first rough draft, so I have some decks to show, a little bit of footage. You guys got a good idea before I release the video announcing the All for One challenge to like the greater community. Because I want a lot of people to get involved in this, so this is kind of a test run, but that's okay. Wheelmaster has submitted a Squall from Final Fantasy deck. All cards from Final Fantasy set, Finn only. Equipment and creatures to smack face, kinda basic, but seems to work well. Fetch lands for ramp, make it better, but didn't want to leave Finn. Bonus sheet cards or upgrades, but not sure if I want to put them in. In sideboard, enable tags. Enable tags, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Cool. Let me zoom in a bit for you. Okay. The commander. Squall Seed Mercenary. 2, a white and a black for a 3/4. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. How did I not know Squall was a card? I kind of want to make this. That's a cool reanimator deck. Okay, so you get to return permanents with mana value 3 or less. So you can get lands, you can get, I mean, anything, but you can get equipments, you can get auras, you can get all that stuff. Cool. And he has double strike. So equipments and creatures to smack face. So, cool. As far as card draw is concerned, we got Aethramam, or Mather, Ariman? Is that his name? Ariman? Ariman. 2 in a black, 2/2, flying death touch, pay 3, sacrifice another creature or artifact, draw a card. Seems good. Circle of Power, draw 2, lose 2, make a 0/1 that pings people. Wizards get 1/0 until end of turn in lifelink. Dark Confidant, at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card, lose life equal to its mana value, put it into your hand. Grahatia, 4 and a white, 3/5 reach. Whenever one or more other creatures and or artifacts you control dies, draw a card. That's pretty good, actually. Instant Ramen, 2 for an artifact. Flash, when this artifact enters, draw a card. Pay 2, tap it, sacrifice an artifact. Or this artifact, draw 3 cards. Draw 3 cards, you gain 3 life. Seymour Flux, 4 and a black, 5/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on Seymour Flux. He's kind of cool. Oh, you know when you have that feeling you need a crack? When you need crack, no. When you need to crack your neck, but it just won't crack. That's how I am today. I don't know why. Albert Steiner, 1 and a white for a 2/1. He wrote the Goosebumps, didn't he? 1 and a white for a 2/1. Lifelink. Albert Steiner gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. Cool. Beatrix Loyal General, 4 and 2 white, 4/4 vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipments you control to target creature you control. Black Mage's Rod, 1 and a black for an equipment that equips for 3. Job select, so it enters with a 1/1 that it's equipped to. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has whenever you cast a spell. A non-creature spell pings someone for 1. Buster Sword, equipment that equips for 2, costs 3. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. When equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than the damage dealt without paying its mana cost. That's really good. Buster Sword's kind of crazy. Seymour reminds me of Speed Demon. Oh, it is very similar. Crystal Fragments. 1 white for an equipment that equips for 1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Pay 5 and 2 white. Exile this equipment, then return it to the battlefield transformed into a 4/3 saga with Chapter 1. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to creatures you control this turn. Same goes for Chapter 2. Chapter 3. Tap all creatures your opponents control. Sure. Dark Knight's Greatsword. Job select. Equips by paying 3 life. Cost 3. Equipped creature gets 3/0 and is a knight. Dragoon's Lance, 1 and a white, job select, equipped creature gets 1/0 and is a knight in addition to its other types. During your turn, equipped creature has flying. Genji Gloves, equipped creature has double strike. Lionheart, when this creature enters, when this equipment enters, it does 2 damage to any target. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Genji Gloves also does something else. Whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat of the turn, untap it. There's an additional combat. Yeah, it seems good. Machinist Arsenal, 4 and a white, artifact equipment, job select, equipped for 4. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact you control, and is an artificer in addition to its other types. That's actually pretty cool. Playing into the equipment thing with the artifact stuff, I like. Magitech Scythe, 4 for an equipment that equips for 2. When this equipment enters, you may attach it to target creature you control. If you do, that creature gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked this turn. If able, equipped creature gets +2/+1, equipped for 2. That doesn't seem like a rare to me. Monk's Fist, 2 for an equipment that equips for 2. Job select, equipped creature gets +1/+0 and is a monk in addition to its other types. Sure. Ninja Blades, 2 and a black, equipped for 2. Job select, equipped creature is a +1/+1 and is a ninja in addition to its other types. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. Would this be good in Taval? Think about it. You throw this into play, and then you get the ninja guy and you equipped it to him or whatever, but that's fine. But then you could equip it to Taval, and Taval's a 5/5 flyer that when it does damage, I get to draw a card, ditch one of my big things I want to reanimate, shoot someone for a huge amount of damage. That seems pretty good. Same reflex. Is it too late to submit a list? I would wait, Yorsum. It's not too late technically, but I would wait because we're going to... what day is it today? Thursday. Sunday, I'm going to release the video talking about the actual official release of the challenge where I want the wider community to build decks. So I would wait because we're going to actually do the whole, you know what I mean? Like actual release of this. So people are probably going to make second decks. And we're going to have like an actual community-wide submission of them, which I think is going to be really cool. If you want to submit a deck right now, though, we might be able to get to it today. If we have time at the end of the day, I will definitely try to get to it. It just seems a little slow for Taval and reliant on the commander. Kinda, but you get a job select though, and you can equip it to anything. And I have a bunch of zombie tokens and stuff that get made. I don't know, that's kind of cool. I probably would end up taking it out, but it's pretty cool. Paladin's Arms. 2 and a white, job select. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, has ward 1, and is a knight in addition to its other types. I didn't realize there was like so many type changers in this set. The Masamune. 3 for an equipment that equips for 2. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you own to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. That's really cool. Wait a second. Does this work with Kelsian? I think it does. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability to trigger. Oh, it doesn't. Kelsian's not a trigger. Wait, no. Kelsian's not a triggered ability. Is it? Because it's an activated ability, but then it also says when that creature dies this turn, you get an experience counter. How's that work? Does it not? Ultima Weapon. 7 for a 7 equipped. Equipped creature gets +7/+7. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target creature and opponent controls. I think Kelsian creates a delayed trigger that would get copied by Masamune. I'm gonna have to save that because that might be some spicy tech. Weapons Vendor. 3 and a white for a 2/2. When this creature enters, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you pay 1 and attach it to a creature you control. And White Mage's Staff. Equipped for 3. Job select. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever this creature attacks, you gain 1 life and is a cleric in addition to its other types. Kelsian does create a delayed triggered ability. Hey, that's cool. Masamune. I'm gonna make a short about that, I think. I will shout you guys out because that is very cool tech to me. We got Capital City, Sive's Hideaway, Crossword Village, Eden, Midgar, Ishgar. So what do these do? Return up to 2 target artifacts or enchantments from your graveyard to your hand, and then Midgar, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature if you do draw 2 cards. Sure. Protection, we've got Battle Menu. You can pay 1 and a white, choose 1, create a 2/2 knight. Target creature gets +0/+4. Destroy target artifact, or no, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, or gain 4 life. We've got Coral. 1 and a white for a 2/2. You can pay 1 and a white, tap it, tap target non-enchantment creature. Restoration Magic, 1 white for an instant. With Tiered, you can pay 1 white and 0, target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. 1 white and 1, target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, you gain 3 life. Or you can pay 1+4, permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, you gain 6 life. Ooh, I need to save that. Vincent's Limit Break. 1 and a black for a instant. Tiered, until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control. And it has the chosen base power and toughness. You can pay 1 and a black +0 to make it a 3/2, +1 to make it a 5/2, +3 to make it a 7/2. It's kind of cool. Zac Flair. 1 white, 0/1. Zac Flair enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Pay 1, sacrifice Zac Flair. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Put Zac Flair's counters on that creature and attach an equipment you control attached to Zac Flair to that creature. He's the one that gave Cloud his sword, right? Is that the lore going on here? Oh, I do have a water. Hold on a second. I guess Drivnod and Teysa Karlov would also work for Kelsian, by the way. Ooh. That'd be cool. First time catching the stream. GHJK. What's going on, my guys? How you doing? Pump/support. Attacking creatures get 2/0. Dion during your turn. Dylon. Best of all time, dude. Knight you control at flying. When Dylon, I know that's not his name, but I'm going to say that, enters, create a 2/2 white knight, pay 4 and 2 white, exile Dylon, then return to the battlefield transformed into Bahumet, Warden of Light, being a 5/5. Chapter 1 and 2, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. In Chapter 3, destroy target permanent, exile Bahumet, then return it to the battlefield. Ooh. That's pretty cool, actually. Mughul's Valor, for each creature you control, you make a 1/2 Mughal, then your creatures gain lifelink. Or no, they have lifelink. Then your creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. Rosa, Resolute White Mage, 3 and a white, 2/3 reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Summon Chocobo, chapter 1 through 4, all give other creatures you control +1/+1 until end of turn, or +1/+0. Summon Knights of the Round is actually pretty disgusting. 6 and 2 white, 3/3. Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 all make 3 2/2 Knight creature tokens. And then chapter 5, other creatures you control get +2/+2, and put an indestructible counter on each of them. Yeah, that should win you the game, hopefully. That seems like an insane card in the one that gives your enchantments Miracle. Ah, Dion is a dyslexic dino, dude. That's funny. Summon Primal Gruda. 3 and a white, 3/3. This creature enters, deals 4 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Chapter 1. Chapter 2 and 3. Another target creature you control gains +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Venar, Heart of Hydaline. 1 and 2 white, 3/3. Whenever another legendary spell, whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. It triggers once a turn. Pay 7, tap it, exile a non-land permanent, and then transform this into Hydaline, the Mother Crystal. 4/4 indestructible at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control until your next turn. It gains indestructible. If that creature is legendary, draw a card. It's not bad. I like Vincent Valentine a ton. 2 and 2 black, 2/2. When this creature, or whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Vincent. When Vincent attacks, you may transform it into a 3/2 trample lifelink. When it dies, you return it back into play. He's an unstoppable force, dude. You're not alone. Pay 1 white instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead. Sure. Ramp, we got Blitzball. We got the Pew Pew UFO. Side quest, Catch a Fish, the Regalia, and World Map. Pretty good. For removal, we got Fate of the Sun Crown. Destroy non-land permanent. Give negative 9,999. All creatures get -1/-1, or you can have someone discard something. Destroy target creature. Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control. Darkness Crystal. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Pay 4 and 2 black. Put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal into the battlefield under your control. The fact that it exiles makes this weird in a Reanimator deck, which I don't like. In this deck, I like it, but like, I mean, kinda. It's weird. The fact that it exiles is just so weird. White, Aura Sight. 2 and 2 white when this creature enters. When this artifact enters. Exile target non-land permanent until it leaves. Add 1 white. That's actually kind of good. Xenos Ye Galvus. 3 and 2 black, 4/4. When Xenos Ye Galvus enters, choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos and the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform Xenos into Shinru Transcended Rival, being at 8/8 flying. As this creature transforms into Shinru, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. Oh. I'm going to save that one. Darkness Crystal is super fun when you're playing Reanimator against it. Yeah, real fun. Yeah. I may or may not have experience with that. Yeah, that seems rough. Albed Salvagers. 2 and a black, 2/3. When this creature or another creature you control or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1, you gain 1. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. This is all synergy with Squall, by the way. Fang. Whenever 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, you lose 1, draw 1. Whenever this creature enters, each opponent draws or discards a card. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. Exile target card from a graveyard. When this creature enters, choose 1. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage or exile up to 2 cards from a graveyard. We got Sephiroth. When it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1, you gain 1. If this is the 4th time that is resolved, you flip it into a 5/5 flying. This creature transforms into Sephiroth. One Winged Angel, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses one, and you gain one. Permanent Blood Artist. And when you attack with Sephiroth, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures to draw that many cards. Shinra Reinforcements is 2 and a black for a 2/3. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards and gain 3 life. And Undercity Dire Rat is 1 and a black for a 2/2. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. It's the opponent, so it doesn't affect you. Oh, are you talking about that one? That's really good. That's like, the Blood Artist emblem is insane. Swaps. Fate of Sun Crystal, 4 and a white, destroy target non-land permanent. Judge Master Gabinth. These are things that I think he wants to swap out, I think. White and a black. No, never mind. White and a black, 2/2 menace. Whenever another creature and artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on him. Mughal's Valor, we talked about. Rufus Shinra is 1, a white and a black for a 2/4. When he attacks, if you don't control a creature named Darkstar, create Darkstar, a legendary 2/2 white black dog creature token. Saymore Flux we talked about. Summon Chocobo we talked about. And Summon Knights of the Round we talked about. And then we got a sideboard here with Battle at the Big Bridge, 1 black, which is just Fatal Push, some good removal. Chroma's Will, give your whole board all these keywords and pretty much win the game. Timna the Weaver, draw a bunch of cards. That's never bad. Srom Senior Artificer definitely needs to go in this deck. Draw cards for playing equipments. Memories of Nibelheim is Stroke of Midnight, why not? Danitha Caption Paragon, or Capation Paragon, 2 and a white, legendary, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, or an equipment spells cost 1. Yeah, that definitely needs to go in here. Wall of Omens, I love me a Wall of Omens. Never turn down a Wall of Omens. Bolus's Citadel, of course, that's going to be good. Yawgmoth Brand Position, dealing damage when stuff. Oh, no, never mind. That's not the one I was thinking of. Pay 1 life, sack another creature. Put a -1/-1 on 1 target creature and draw a card. Pay 2 black, discard a card, proliferate. Yeah, I don't know if that necessarily needs to go in here. Side quest. When this enchantment enters, destroy up to 1 target creature at the beginning of your end step. If a creature died under an opponent's control, create a treasure token. Then if you control 3 or more treasure tokens, transform this into a 5/6 with 1 and a black, sacrifice another creature or artifact. This creature gains indestructible and tap it. It's a 5-drop. That's pretty expensive. Deadly Dispute's a great card. Deadly Embrace, 3 and 2 black, sorcery, destroy target creature and opponent controls, then draw cards for each creature that died this turn. That's pretty sick, actually. Swap out with the sideboard. Gotcha. So these are gonna swap out with these. Gotcha. Cool deck, dude. I like this one. The Final Fantasy. I knew Final Fantasy was gonna be tough. Not like hard to do, but I mean like strong. Also, I don't know how I like looked over Squall as a Reanimator player, but really like Squall. So, and we found some cool stuff. Xenos, Restoration Magic, the Masume. The Masume is gonna be sick. I'm excited to make a short about that. Okay, we're on Architect here. Okay. This deck is from Quasi Quafta. Sliver of the Future. So he chose Future Sight, which is a really cool set. And their commander is Sliver Legion, being Wooburg for 7/7. All Sliver creatures get +1/+1 for each Sliver in play. So we got Future Sight-esque, we got City of Brass. These are all from the mystery boosters, but they do have the Future Sight border. So this is kind of an interesting thing. They are lands. I didn't care where the lands were from, but I like the bonus added effort of adding those. I think that's cool. Artifacts, Chroma's Memorial. Permanently give all your creatures a ton of static abilities. Why not? Cloud Key, choose a creature type, or card type. That card type costs 1 less to cast. Coalition Relic, you can put charge counters on it and float mana, or you can just tap it for mana. The Velastone Amulet, whenever you play a spell, creatures you control can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control this turn. That seems really good. Instants, we got Delayed, just a good counter spell. Judge Unworthy, choose target attacking or blocking creature, scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. Judge Unworthy deals damage equal to that converted mana cost to that creature. It's a good removal. Slaughter Pack, good removal. Summoner's Pack, good tutor. Venser's Diffusion, just a good bounce card. Wrap and Vigor, good protection. Regenerate each creature you control. I love Wrap and Vigor. I think it's such a good card. If you like Wall of Omens, how do you feel about Wall of Mourning? It's kind of like a Wall of Omens, but it can give you more card usage, but you have to wait for it. You get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it, wait. That's what I have to say to that. And if you don't get the reference, then you don't get the reference. I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan. I've just recently started running cards like Wall of Omens and like Spirited Companion and stuff like that, and I've been really liking them. I did consider making an MB2 deck with only Future Sight border or only Modern White border, but there weren't many cohesive options. That's fair. Maven Mind Sensor, limit how many cards your opponents can look through. Baru, Fist of Crozin, whenever a forest comes into play, green creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample. Discard another card named Baru. Doesn't really matter. Boldwind Intimidator makes people into cowards, and cowards can't block warriors. Bonded Fetch, 0/2 Defender Haste, draw a card, discard a card. Centaur Almond Reed. As long as Centaur Almond Reed is tapped, creature spells you play cost 2 less to play. I need to save this one too. That's pretty cool. It's a cool card. Cloud Cedar. It's a tree in the sky, dude. It's a Cloud Cedar. 1 and a blue. For a 1/1 flying, pay 1 blue, tap it, discard a card, put a 1/1 fairy into play with Cloud Sprite, can block only creatures with flying. Okay, sure. I like when they used to name tokens. That's pretty cool. I know they still do it, but I like when they did it like on basic stuff. They put a 1/1 Cloud Sprite. That's probably a card that already exists. That's probably why they did that, though. Nick, peep my previous 2 messages about Kelsian and Masume. Oh, okay. Hey, Nick, did some research. Masume will definitely not copy delayed triggered abilities, since the delayed triggered abilities are their own thing. Even if created by Kelsian, the Masume only cares if Kelsian triggers. Gotcha. Big Sag. Cryptic Annelid does a bunch of scrying. Dryad Arbor is just a 1/1 forest. Frenzied Sliver. Here's our first sliver. All slivers gain Frenzy 1, which means if a sliver is attacking and isn't blocked, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Grinning Ingus, you can pay 1, crack it to add 2 and a red to your mana pool. Heartward Storyteller, if a player plays a non-creature spell, each of that player's opponents draws a card. That's actually pretty good. Homing Sliver. Each sliver you control has sliver cycling, so you can pay 3, discard it to search your library for a sliver. How's that a 59-cent sliver? Seems very good. Joyra, just go ahead and start suspending your big stuff and playing it for free in a couple turns. Lanalore Augur, sacrifice Lanalore Augur. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Lanalore Empath, scry 2. You reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, put it into your hand. Lanalore Mentor, discard a card, put a 1/1 Elf Druid into play. Lymph Sliver. All slivers have Absorb 1. What's up with all these weird abilities? If a source would... Oh, they probably just, for Future Sight, made up abilities. That's kind of cool. If a source would deal damage to a sliver, prevent 1 of that damage. Magus of the Abyss. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls. If his or her choice, it can't be regenerated. Magus of the Future lets you play off the top of your deck. Magus of the Vineyard floats mana for everybody. Isn't it for everybody? Each player, yeah. Mesmeric Sliver. All slivers have, when this creature comes into play, you may Fate Seal 1. Its controller looks at the top card of an opponent's library. He or she may put that card on the bottom. Mist Meadow Skulk. Protection from converted mana cost 3 or greater. Lifelink. Oris. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to target creature this turn by tapping it. You can also discard another card named Oris. We really don't care about that. Set's Tiger. I love Set's Tiger. I haven't seen this in forever. 2 and 2 white. 3/3. Flash. When Set's Tiger comes into play, you gain protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Sliversmith. Discard a card. Put a 1/1 sliver into play. Stronghold Rats. 2/1 Shadow. When Stronghold Rats deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card. Bro looked at Future Sight and asked why he's looking at the future. Shake my head, dude. I know. That's just how I do it, dude. Sometimes I get in people's heads like that. Sure. Tarmogoyf. Oh, big boy. Thornwheeled Archer. 2/1 Reach, Death Touch. Unblinking Bleb. 3 and a blue. 1/3. Morph for 2 and a blue. When Unblinking Bleb or another permanent is turned face up, you may scry 2. Utopia Mycon. Just start spitting out Saprlings. Vidalcan Aether Mage is a 1/2 flash. When Vidalcan Aether Mage comes into play, return target sliver to its owner's hand. Wizard Cycling. Venser returns target spell to its owner's hand when it comes into play, and it has flash. Veruvian Sliver gives all your stuff poisonous 1. Yixalid Jailer. All cards in graveyards lose all abilities. This is a badass looking card. Wow, what a bad mamma jamma right there. That's a cool ass card. I like it. Okay, we got some lands. Love these lands. Those are cool. Transmute. Discard the card. Search your library for a card to convert my cost 0 and reveal it. Talarian West is cool, man. What the hell? Okay. Enchantments. Arcanum Wings. Enchant creature has flying and has aura swap. Exchange this aura with an aura in your hand. That's actually nuts. Bound of Silence. Enchant creature can attack or block. Enchant aura. Enchant creature with another aura attached to it. Enchant creature gets +3/+3. Has first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Enchant creature. Creatures you control have haste. Enchant creature. Tap it. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Gift of Granite. Enchant creature gets +0/+2. Petrified Plating. 2 and a green. Enchant creature gets +2/+2. Suspend. Quiet Despair. Enchant artifact or equip or enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one. Destroy enchant permanent, or you gain 2 life. Rites of Flourishing. That's kind of a cool Rattlesnake card. You're like, listen, if you do anything to me, I'm gonna pop that thing. Rites of Flourishing. At the beginning of each player's draw step, they draw an additional card, and players may play additional lands on their turn. Second Wind. Tap enchant creature or untap enchant creature when you tap it. Snake Cult Initiation. It's a 4-drop aura. Enchant creature has poisonous 3. It's just the same thing as infect. It does 3 infect damage. Not the same thing, but essentially the same thing. Edge of Autumn, some good mana ramp. Haze of Rage. Creatures get +1/+0 until end of turn. Buyback Storm. It's a ridiculous card. Ichor Slick. Target creature gets -3/-3. And Minions Murmurs. 2 and 2 black. Sorcery. You draw X cards and lose X life, where X the number of creatures you control. That's a very good card. This deck looks sick. Oh, I love these lands. I love Future Sight. This set looks so cool. When you got all these like back-to-back Future Sight border stuff, looks so nice. Oh, the art's so good. I was blown away by the art on this thing. Yixilid Jailer. Ooh, that thing's got some art on it. This is why I'm excited for Reality Fracture. The Stylus set is so cool, and all they do well with Reality Fracture, it'll be really cool to get a more modern version. Yeah, that'll be sick. If it's anything like Future Sight, I'll be into it. I remember buying Future Sight booster packs, like, very vividly. Because I remember having this card and being so excited about it back in the day. I was like, that's why I knew what it did right when I saw it. I'm like, yeah, cowards can't block. Yeah, cowards can't block warriors. Target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. Target creature becomes a warrior until end of turn. So good. It's not good, but when I pulled it back in the day, I was like, ooh. Have you seen the MB2 Future Sight borders for Ogachi? It's so pretty. Oh. I have not. How do you spell it? Okagashi. Ooh. Whoa. That looks wild. I feel like I would have preferred them changing the art a little bit. It is cool as hell looking, but I feel like the art, they could have just changed it. Made it fit in there a little better. That's some wild ass art. Damn. Future Sight set. Very cool choice, by the way. I like that choice a lot. We're going to talk about my deck next. I'm doing my deck next, boys. I made 2 of these. I made a OG Lorwyn one where I picked... Oh, what is that thing's name? The big elemental, the 5-drop Wooburg elemental. What's the thing's called? Horde of Notions. Yep. This was what I was originally going to go with, was Horde of Notions. And I was going to go OG Lorwyn. But then after going through that for a little bit, I was like, this is not something that I want to do. This does not even sound fun. Oh, sorry, my stomach's hurting. I'm drinking too much coffee. But it did not work. The deck sucked. So I ended up making Phineas. And I played Phineas versus Three Hoenn was in that game, and he played his deck that was only made up from one set. I played my deck that was made up from only one set, my Phineas deck. And then the other two players were playing normal decks. And I actually was able to keep up for a good chunk of the game with the other two decks with Phineas, which actually blew me away. Did not expect that I'd be... I didn't win, by the way. But didn't go into that game expecting to even catch up with people. I was like, I'm going to lose immediately. Actually was able to keep up. Got smoked at one point because they just outvalued me. Because it's a deck made of one set. That's going to happen. But the fact that I was able to keep up was crazy. Like, and then I thought about it and I was like, this is cool because, you know, when you go to a sealed event and you're looking at all these different subtypes in the set and you're like, ooh, I need to pull that and that and that. And if I can get those in my sealed deck, that'll be amazing. You get to pretty much with this challenge, make like the best sealed deck you've ever made. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So I thought about it that way. And I'm like, if I was playing a sealed event, how could I make the best 100 card sealed deck out of what I've got here? And it actually came out pretty great. I'm going to go through it very quick. I'm not going to go through all my cards in depth like I do with the other ones. I'm just going to give you broad strokes. I'm going to give you broad strokes here, girl. Actually, first, I'm going to do a little stretch first. Because my hips, they don't lie. And they're telling me they're stiff as a mask right now. Ugh. Get a couple squats in. Get a couple lunges, couple squats in. Couple lunginskis, couple squatinskis. Holy crap. Oh. You also did green white, lol. I did do green white. I don't know why that kept happening on this series, but green white seems to be good. Okay. So the idea of the deck is we're just going tokens and rabbits, obviously. Phineas is a green-white 2/2 Vigilance Reach. When he attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control that's a token or a rabbit. Then if all your creatures have total power of 10 or greater, you draw a card. So we've got buff stuff like Patchwork Banner, Rabbit Response, gives all your creatures 2/1. Season of Gathering gives a 1/1 counter to a creature you control. Stocking Party gives out 1/1 counters. Sword of Vengeance buffs something, and then Warren Elder is a rabbit that also buffs your whole board for 3 and a wipe. We got card draw like Breeza, Cash Grab, Heirloom Epic, Jolly Gerbils, or Gerbils. Is that how you spell gerbils? It has to be how you spell gerbils. That just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That in my head, I'm like, how else would you expect gerbils to be spelled? And then I'm like, that tracks. We got a lot of cards that like do the gift thing, like Peerless Recycling, so not a bad way to draw cards. Peerless Recycling, Offspring, so cards that'll just spit out token copies of themselves. Bushy Bodyguard, Flowerfoot Swordsmaster, Intrepid Rabbit, Paw Patch Recruiter, Warren War Leader, Tender Wild Guard, and Rush Shield Rampager. These are all not only going to make token copies of themselves, which will start getting 1/1s from our commander, but 1, 2, 3 of them are rabbits, and one of them makes more 1/1 rabbits when it attacks, so... Wait till he sees how opossum is spelled. Holy shit, dude, it's gonna blow my mind. I'll be like, what? I gotta call everyone I know. Protection, we got Dawn's Truce and Overprotect. Ramp, we've got Beza. Flip-top Lookout, Heaped Harvest, Patchwork Banner, Thornvault Forager. Recursion, we got Curious Forager. We got tons of removal. That's why I was like blown away, because I'm like, oh, we actually have a good removal package in this deck. And not a bad mana ramp. 5 mana ramp and 5 card draw along with 11 removal. It's actually not bad. Banishing Light, Longstalk Brawl, Nettle Guard, Parting Guest, Repel Calamity, Rabid Bite, Polywop, Paw Patch Formation, Scrap Shooter, Season of Gathering, and Wear Down. And then we've got The Ground. These are all my rabbits. Bark Form Harvester, Brainkin Duo, Druid of the Spade, Harvest Host. Keenade Curator is not a rabbit, but he gets huge, so he's just one of the ground units that gets big. He can also exile stuff from graveyard. Mistbreath Elder is also not a rabbit, but he can bounce stuff back to my hand, so I can bounce my Offspring rabbits back to my hand and replay them. Seasoned Warren Guard is a little 1/2 rabbit that gets 2/0. Sticky Tongue Sentinel is another thing that is not a rabbit, but when it comes into play, you can return one of your own rabbits with Offspring to your hand and then play it again. Tree Guard Duo is a rabbit. Valley Might Caller is a 1 green 1/1 trample that gets a 1/1 counter whenever we play a rabbit. Valley Quest Caller is a rabbit that gives all our rabbits +1/+1. Oh, we have 2 of those in here. I'm missing a card in my deck. My deck is illegal. Warren Elder. We already talked about that. Tokens, we got Builder's Talent, but we also got Caretaker's Talent, which was nuts, so we can start, you know, drawing cards when tokens are created, and then have a win condition by giving our tokens +2/+2. Carrot Cake for the common good, Fountain Port, Head to the Homestead, Hop to it. Season of Burrow and War Leader. And then for win cons, we got Burrow Guard Mentor, which gets huge for the amount of creatures we control. Burke will give a 1/1 counter and then start doubling the 1/1 counters on it. Colossification makes a creature a 10/10. Fasund Green Shell gives your whole board +2/+2 if you have 10 or more lands. Lumra is just a giant thing that returns all your lands from graveyard, but it's just going to be a big body. And then Sarah Redeemer brings back... puts 2 1/1 counters on creatures with power 2 or less when they enter. It's going to be good. Man. Just got the driest throat of my life out of nowhere. I'm okay. Don't worry. Just a casual colossification in there. Yeah, just a casual colossification, dude. Just give my whatever rabbit a +20/+20. Starfield or Starfall Invocation. 3 and 2 white sorcery, gift a card, destroy all creatures. If a gift was promised, you get to return a creature that died this way. And then Fabled Passage, Oakhome Village, and some lands. It played really well, actually. It actually felt like a pretty decent, like, power 1 deck that someone would make, so it wasn't that bad. Bloomburrow was a pretty easy second pick for me. I went with originally I was gonna go with the set that I started playing, OG Ravnica, City of Guilds, but then I was like, there's really not a lot of options here. So then I moved to Lorwyn, made the Lorwyn deck, and was like, oh, this is even worse, and so then I made this one. I'm gonna go grab another lozenge, and I will be right back. My throat is dry. Up next, though, we've got LJL's Extus deck. LJL, baby, you're coming up. Your boy is wheezing and dying over here. I don't know why. My throat is dry as hell. How's it going, everyone? Good, Soulsborne. How you doing, my guy? Oh god, not this deck. This isn't my finest work. I won't lie. I did add tags, though. If you have a newer deck you would like to swap out for this one, that is cool. I will do that for you, my guy. But if this is the one that you want to submit and me go over, dude, we're ready to roll. I'll wait a second for you to respond. Ugh. Ugh. Coffee with a, like, really powerful cough drop. That ain't it. That's too much cough. Big chillin'. Hell yeah, Souls. No, it's all good. I made another one, but this one's more interesting, so I'll rock with this one. Hell yeah. Okay. LJL has submitted his Strixhaven all-for-one list based around Extus Oriq Overlord. 1 white and 2 black. Love Extus, by the way. He's one of the commanders I keep trying to make over and over again. 1 white and 2 black for a 2/4. Double strike. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, return a non-legendary creature from your graveyard to your hand. Or you can play him for his backside, 6 a black and a red for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures to make it cost 2 less for each creature. Each opponent sacks a creature. Create a 3/6 black red avatar creature token with haste And whenever this creature attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. My version of the list was going to keep using Awaken the Blood Avatar over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, using like tokens, but then it was like it still cost 2 more from command. So it was just like such a big cost to do. Professor Onyx, going to be great. Magecraft, drain everybody for 2, get card advantage, make people sack stuff, do a Torrent of Hellfire stapled onto a Planeswalker. That seems like it'll be pretty good. Good cards. See, that's the type of tagging I like. Good cards, dude. There we go. That cough drop's doing its thing. I can feel it loosening up in there. So mine is a mix of graveyard, tokens, and spellslinger. Hell yeah. I don't know what it is with coffee and making my stomach cramp up, but oh my goodness. Get these like lower stomach, just like, ugh. Literally feels like a Charlie horse. Okay. Good cards. Good card, bad city. Pretty funny. White, black, 2/2, lifelink, menace. Spells you control that target a creature cost 2 less. Silver Quill, white and a black, 3/2. When Silver Quill enters, choose a non-land card name. If an opponent casts a spell with the chosen name, you lose 3 life. They lose 3 life, and you draw a card. Strict Proctor. That's really good if you have a guy that like their deck is based around like spamming their commander out or something. That'd be pretty cool. Because then you're like, hey dude, I know you want to play your commander a bunch and like sack it and get like a cool combo going, but I got Silver Quill. Strict Proctor. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes ability to trigger, counter it unless the controller pays 2. Velamekis Lorehold. I've never seen this guy. I've seen him. I don't think I've actually given him a read. 5, a red and a white, 5/5, flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever Velamekis Lorehold attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery card with mana value less than or equal to his power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom. Okay. Maybe if he had blue in him. Be like a modern day Narset. Or if he hit like anything. It's weird that he has to hit an instant or sorcery. I feel like it'd be like instant sorcery or artifact. Oh, what? My cat wanted in. Hi. Say hello. Say hello, kitty. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, there you go. Okay. Wandering Archaic. 5-drop, 4/4. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you may pay 2. If you do, copy that spell, or you can pay it for its backside. 3 sorcery. Each player looks at the top 5 cards of their library, reveals a land card or an instant or sorcery card from them, puts that card into their hand, and the rest on the bottom, and each player gains 3 life. What are you meowing at? You're not going to sit in here and meow at me the whole time. So, Graveyard interaction. Ardent Dustkeeper, 4 and a red for a 3/4 when it attacks. You may put an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. If you do, exile the top 2 cards of your library, and you may play those this turn. That's pretty cool. I like that card design. Conspiracy Theorist lets you exile the top card and play it until end of turn. You can also discard a card, draw a card when it attacks. A Freet Flame Painter, 3 and a red, 1/4, double strike. When a Freet Flame Painter deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell will be put into the graveyard, exile it instead. Fuming Effigy, 3 and a red. Whenever 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, Fuming Effigy deals 1 damage to each opponent. Hoffer Go Forge, whenever your stuff dies, make some clone tokens of it. Lorehold Excavation, at the beginning of your end step, mill a card. If it was a land, you gain 1 life. Otherwise, Lorehold Excavation deals 1 damage to each opponent. Exile a card from your graveyard, create a 2/2 or 3/2 red and white spirit token. That's actually not bad if you're in like a Mardu graveyard deck. Which is exactly what this is. So good job. It's crazy how slow my brain is sometimes. Mavinda Student Advocate. Doing a white. 2, 3. Flying. Pay 0. You may cast target instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard this turn. If that spell doesn't target a creature, it costs 8 more to cast. If that spell will be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Activate only once each turn. It's pretty good. Strixhaven has really cool red-white cards. It's such a unique set for the color combo. Hell yeah. Yeah, Lorehold's pretty cool. Orik lets you tutor stuff into grave. Quentin lets you put 3/2s into play when stuff leaves grave. Radiant Scroll Weaver gives your instants and sorceries lifelink, so yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile an instant or sorcery at random from your graveyard. You may cast that spell this turn. Returned Past Caller. 3, a red, a hybrid Boros, and a white 4/2 flying. When it enters the battlefield, return target spirit, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Tome Shredder. Tap it, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on Tome Shredder. And Venerable Warsinger. 1 red, white, 3/3. When Venerable Warsinger deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield where X the amount of damage Venerable Warsinger dealt to that player. That's pretty good. Come on. Come on. I cannot believe I knocked that out, dude. Magecraft cards. Clever Lumineer gets a 2/2 whenever you play an instant or sorcery. Eager First Year gets a +1/+0 until end of turn whenever you play a sorcery. Leonin Lightscribe puts a 1/1, gives your whole board 1/1 until end of turn. Lorehold Pledge Mage gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Professor drains everybody until end of turn. Drains everybody. Sedgemoor Witch makes you 1/1 Pest, I think, right? Whenever you cast a copy of an instant or sorcery, make a 1/1 Black Pest. Yep, that's really good. Venerable Warsinger is really cool. Do you run that in the Golem guy? I would assume so. That's pretty cool. Silverquill Apprentice gets +1/+0 until it gives target creature +1/+0 until end of turn. Silverquill Pledge Mage gains flying or lifelink until end of turn. Spell Satchel gets a book counter whenever you tap for a Wait, this is pretty good. This isn't a bad mana rock at all for a Spellslinger deck. You just get book counters whenever you play an instant or sorcery, and you can tap it to remove book counters to add mana, but you can tap 3 and tap it to remove 3 book counters and draw a card. I actually don't run him in Furrows just because there usually aren't targets, and it's a bit hard to get it to connect. 3-drops are also rough in that deck. Oh, true. I didn't think about that. I forgot. You did say that during the deck review that 3-drops were weird. Stormkill, an artist, 3 and a red, 2/2, gets 1/0 for each artifact. Get a treasure whenever we cast an instant or sorcery. Yeah. Spells. Baleful Mastery, good removal. Blot out the sky. Create a... I got a big ass hair in my mouth. Yeah. Create X 2/1 tapped Inklings. If its X is 6 or more, destroy all other non-land permanents. Chaos Warp, good removal. Dark Ritual, good mana ramp. Defend the Campus, good removal. Good board buff. Demonic Tutor is just a tutor. Despark, good removal. Doomblade, good removal. I didn't realize there was so much good removal in this set. We got Despark, we got Tutors, we got Doomblades. Faithless Looting, some good card usage, sorry. Fracture, good removal. Grape Shot, you're a Spellslinger deck, so, you know, being able to cast a cheap spell and get something back from your graveyard seems pretty good. Illuminate History, discard any number of cards and draw that many cards and make a 3/2 if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Sure. Increasing Vengeance, 2 red, instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, choose new targets. If it was cast from your graveyard, copy it twice. Lightning Bolt, deal 3. Lightning Helix, deal 3, gain 3. Make your mark, target creature gets 1/0 until end of turn. When that creature dies, make a 3/2 spirit. Manatithe, good counterspell. Mizzix's Mastery, yeah. Exile an instant or sorcery and copy it, or cast or overload it. Copy all your instants and sorceries. Seems pretty good. It's because of the bonus sheet. The Strixhaven Mystical Archive has all the good instants and sorceries, so I get to make use of that. Yeah, that is a really good strategy. Necrotic Fumes, 1 and 2 black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile a creature you control to exile target creature or planeswalker. Plumb the Forbidden, good card draw. Reconstruct History is good. Recursion, Revitalize, just gain life, draw a card. And it's like a Spellslinger deck, so why not? And it looks cool. Rip Apart, good removal. Show of Confidence, good buff. Sign in Blood, good removal. Swords of Splasher, good removal. Tendrils of Agony, great Storm card. Target player loses 2 and you gain 2. Storm, hell yeah. Thrilling Discovery, pretty good card usage, because you had to gain 2, then you discard 2 cards. Yeah, you're pretty much even afterwards, so good card usage. Thrill of Possibilities, the more good card usage. I love that, especially when you're in a graveyard deck. That just becomes so powerful, just getting stuff in your graveyard. Village Rite, sack a creature, draw 2. Love that. Go Wide. Callous Blood Mage makes 1/1 Pest. Dramatic Finale. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control dies, you get 2/1 Inklings. This card's very good. I just wish I had like a deck that could utilize it. Like, because I don't feel like Arna utilizes it well enough. But I feel like there's decks out there, like the Aristocrat decks or something, that's like doesn't care about the 1/1 part. It just cares about looping creatures. Seems really good. Plarg, Dean of Chaos. Discard a card, draw a card, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary, non-land card with mana value 3 or less. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, or you can transform him into Augusta, Dean of Order. Other tapped creatures get 1/0. Other untapped creatures get 0/1. Whenever you attack, untap each creature you control, then tap any number of creatures you control. Ooh. She's very cool. That would be a fun commander. Just focusing on that backside with her. Make a Boros deck. Just focus on the backside of her. That's pretty interesting. Shadrix. Love Shadrix. 3 white, black, 2/5, flying, double strike. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may choose 2. Each mode must target a different player. Target player makes a 2/1 Inkling. Target player draws a card and loses 1. Or target player puts a 1/1 counter on each creature they control. Yeah. That's not going to be good at all. Untagged lands, Archway, Fury Calm, Hall of Lord, Mountain Plain, Shine Shadow, Silver Crow, Swamp. The Biblioplex is great. Look at the top look at the top card of your library. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Activate only if you have exactly 7 or 0 cards in hand. Oh, okay. Just want to say watching your videos has helped me with improving my deck building substantially. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to hear that I'm actually improving some people's deck building. Because I'm like, maybe they're going to end up like buying this deck and it just won't be fun or good for them. And they'll be like, this guy sucks. Augusta and run the card I talked about yesterday. And that lets you block with tapped creatures. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one from Kamigawa. Yeah, we could actually make your little deck idea here, dude. That would be interesting. Okay. I like this one a lot. Strixhaven's such a cool deck, or cool set, man. I think we picked, like, exclusively cool, dope-ass sets here. That can't be it, can it? Is that it? It says that's the end of it. 1. We had more than this. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 11. We had 11. We got through them all. Really? Well, that's crazy. Let me check the Discord real quick. Oh, seriously, LJL? Black Milk's your favorite one? Same. I was listening through it last night. I finished it up this morning. And then I was like, Black Milk's a banger. I think Yorsum also had one. Let me check here. Yeah, that's all the submitted ones. So I think we're caught up. Yorsum was asking earlier if he should submit a deck. And I was telling him he could. Because we do have probably time to go through a deck now. So if Yorsum, if you want to submit your deck, man, we got time. But if you also want to wait, I understand. Because I am going to release a video Sunday announcing like the official all-for-one deck challenge. So that more people are going to participate in it. You can do my space counters one though. Space counters. Oh, yeah. Space counters. This one seems cool. I haven't even made one yet. Okay, cool. Then I would just wait for Sunday. I'm not like wait to make it. I would still start making it or whatever. But yeah, I would submit it with like the video that gets released. Can he not see the YouTube channel chat? No, I can. Am I missing you, my guy? Oh, I am. My bad. I don't know how I totally missed you all those times. I also made the realization that my favorite commander that I started the game with is insanely overpowered now because all the support from Universes Beyond. OG Marchesa. Oh, yeah. Is that a Queen Marchesa? Is she the OG one? Or Marchesa the Black Rose? Is she the OG one? No, Marchesa the Black Rose, right? She's so fucking cool. Oh yeah, Black Rose Marchesa is super powerful. Did you have a deck to submit to the challenge? You can do. My bad, Whisper. I don't know how I missed all those. Well, to be fair, I can only see 4 messages on my YouTube thing, so they probably went by quick. Yeah, OG Marchesa is awesome. She's one of those commanders that I don't think is ever not going to be appealing for somebody like newer to the I'm not saying that you're newer to the game because I've been playing the game for like 16 years and Marchesa is still equally as cool to me. I just think she's one of those commanders that no matter how much time passes, when you first discover Marchesa, you're going to be like, oh, that's sick. Like, and then you play it and you're like, oh, that's even sicker than I thought. Like, Marchesa is so cool, man. How many Marchesas do we have now? 3? 3. I like how she's red, white, black on this one. That's pretty cool. Oh wait, no, we have 4 because the backside of this is Marchesa Resolute Monarch. Technically 4 Marchesas. You can only run 3 though. Okay, LJL space counters. Diradrine Synthesis Amalgam. X, a green and a white, 0/2 trample. Diadrine enters with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you attack, you may remove a 1/1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 colorless robot creature token. So you get to draw cards and make robots whenever he attacks if you can remove a counter from each of 2 creatures you control. That's cool. Okay, so Tezzeret is going to untap target creature. If it's an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on it, so that'll help us with our commander. Search your library for an artifact with mana value 1 or less, reveal it. You get an emblem with it at the beginning of your combat. Put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control. Pretty good. I'm going to go through this kind of fast because something just popped into my head. I actually do need your guys' help with something for a video. All Fate's good mana ramp, 1/1 counters. When you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Sure. Extinguish your battleship. When the spaceship enters, destroy target non-creature permanent. Then the spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. Yeesh. Larval Scoutlander. Gives you some lander tokens. If you do, search your library. Oh, sacrifice a land or lander. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Put them in the... Oh, so it's like a Haro. Lumen class Frigate. Frigate. I didn't say that. I was close. Frigate. What is that? What does that even mean? I'm looking it up. A frigate is a versatile, fast, and maneuverable modern warship designed for anti-submarine warfare. Anti-submarine warfare? This thing's flying around in the air. This thing's flying around in the air. This is like anti-submarine. Anti-air defense and escort duties. Ooh, okay. I could see this being anti-air. Pronounced frigate, actually, like frigate. Frigate. Lumen class frigate. Okay. Just a little anthem that turns into a flying lifelinker. Sure. Pinnacle kill ship. 7 for a 7/7. Once it gets 7 or more counters, when it enters, it deals 10 damage to 1 target creature. Sledgecraft flying. When it attacks, you may put target creature card from your battlefield or from your hand onto the battlefield if it has 7 or more counters. Thaumaton torpedo. I don't know what the hell that means. Sacrifice this artifact, destroy target non-land permanent. This ability costs 3 less to activate if you attacked with a spacecraft this turn. The Eternity Elevator, if it has 20 or more counters, it taps for 3 colorless. But if it has 20 or more counters, add X mana of any 1 color, where X is the number of charge counters on the Eternity Elevator. That's a crazy dollar card. I'll just say that. The Sarima, 1 and 2 white, 5/5 if it has 7 or more counters. Flying, other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. But at its base level, when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a legendary card and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Really? Again, that seems very powerful for 80 cents. All Fate Stalker, good blink or removal. Anti-casual Visage. Oh, I didn't realize there was an Eldrazi in this set. Weird. When it leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield. I wanted to run Eternity Elevator as a commander so bad, but when I heard about the rule change, which is one of the few spacecrafts you can't run as a commander. That sucks. Blooming Stinger, Death Touch, enters. Another trigger creature gets Death Touch. Broodguard Elite, X and 2 green, enters with 1/1s, leaves the battlefield. Put its counters on another creature you control. Cosmogran buffs your board, makes you tokens. Dauntless Scrapbot exiles a graveyard, then makes a lander token. Dawn Strike gets +1/+1 counters on each creature you control on your end step and has lifelink. Dockworker Drone enters with a 1/1 counter. When it dies, put a counters on target creature you control. Drix Fate Master enters with 1/1 counters. Each creature you control with 1/1 counters on it has trample and it has warp. Edge Runner makes you landers token. Oh, Edge Rover. I was like, Edge Runner. That's cool. Makes you lander token. Whenever a land enters, you gain a life with Umidian Terra Botanist. Oh, Botanist. Terra Botanist. Gotcha. Umidian Terra Botanist. Cool. Exalted Sunborn. 3 and 2 white. 4/5. Flying. Lifelink. If one or more tokens will be created under your control, create twice that many tokens. And then 1 and a white to warp it into play. I'm going to need to save that one as well. Famished World Sire. Oh, that's like the blue one that has warp that doubles all your ETB triggers. I don't understand why that's like a $2 card, but sure. I've never seen this card, by the way. 5 and 3 green, 0/0 ward 3, devour land 3. As this creature enters, you may sacrifice any number of lands. It enters with 3 times that many 1/1 counters on it. When this creature enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the creature's power. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. That's not that great to me. If it had like trample, I'd be like, ooh, I like this. But it's just a big thing that can get chump blocked that just like replaces land. I mean, in Taval, I was thinking about it, but if it had trample, I'd be like, oh, I'm putting that in. Famished World Sire is insane. Oh, really? Seems good. I wish it had like an evasion piece on it. I wish it had trample or something. I don't want to get in chump blocked all day. Frenzied Baloth, 2 green, 3/2. The spell can't be countered. Trample, haste, creature spells you control can't be countered. Non-combat damage can't be prevented. I need to save this. How do I do this? There we go. It's not about the big body at all. It's about essentially being a scape shift with a huge body that can also hit more lands. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I might try it out in Taval and see what I think of it. Make a lander token, tap an untap permanent, add a mana, make a lander token, put 1/1 counters on stuff, draw cards if you're gaining enough life, make a big guy equal to the number of lands you control, make more 1/1 humans. OP card, you may play an additional land each of your turns. You may play lands from your graveyard whenever a land you control enters mill a card. Put 1/1 counters on creatures. Just a cheap 5/7 reach. Why not? Lightstall Inquisitor is really good. I misread this card when it first came out. I thought it was 1 white, 2/1 vigilance. When this creature enters the battlefield, each opponent exiles a card from their hand, and you may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Each spell cast this way costs 1 more to cast. Each land played this way enters tapped. Each player. I thought that we could play the card. When I first read this, I was like, this is insane. Like, if we can play the card, that's actually really good for a 1-drop. But then I was like, oh, the opponent may play the card. Unfortunate. Lux Knight Breacher gives 1/1 counters to stuff. Melstrider Eulogist. Whenever a creature you control the 1/1 counter on it dies, you draw a card. That's actually really good. Ouroborioid gives out a shit ton of 1/1 counters equal to its power. Rayblader gives 1/1 counters. Siege Ship gives you lander tokens, and whenever a land enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Seems really good. Starport Security. Tap target creature. This ability costs 2 less to cast if you control a creature with a 1/1 counter on it, which we will. Sunstar Chaplain puts 1/1 counters on itself if you have 2 or more tapped 1/1 creatures. Actually, it's on target creature. I like this card a lot, but I hate the art. I don't like the art on this. He looks like a bobblehead. You remove a 1/1 counter from a creature, tap target artifact or creature. Sunstar Lightsmith, whenever you cast your second spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature and draw a card. That's actually pretty good. I'm going to save that too for white. Weft Blade Enhancer, 4 and a white, 3/4. When this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Warp for 2 and a white. Sure. Banishing Light, good removal. Bi-engineered Future, 1 and 2 green enchantment. When this creature or enchantment enters, create a lander token. Each creature you control that enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Whoa! For 20 cents. That's crazy. Use Social Engineering. Love this card in, what's his name? The raccoon guy. Because you can warp it out and smack somebody for a huge 4/4. Whenever a land you control enters, make a 2/2 robot, or you can warp it for 1 and a green. Loading Zone, 3 and a green enchantment. If 1 or more counters will be put on a creature, spacecraft, or planet you control, put twice that many of those counters on it instead, and it warps for 1 green. Again, a $1 card for some reason. I'll save that as well. Terra Symbiosis, whenever you put 1 or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. It's such a busted card. Joe Kelly, morning. What's going on, my guy? Swear Edge of Eternity has some of the best and worst art in MTG. Yeah, it really does. It's a hit or miss. Biosynthetic Burst puts 1/1 counters and protection on something. Dual Sun Technique does the exact same. No, it doesn't. It gives double strike. I thought it gave Indestructible. Target creature gains double strike, and if it has a 1/1 counter on it, draw a card. Sure. Emergency Eject, good removal. Focus Fire, good removal. Seed Ship Impact, good removal and mana ramp. It's actually a great card. Tezzeret, we talked about. Beyond the Quiet, 3 and 2 white, exile all creatures and spacecraft. That's really good artwork. I like that. Honor, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, draw a card. Sammy's Curiosity, 1 green sorcery, you gain 2 life, create a lander token. That's not bad at all. Scout for Survivors, return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard and put a 1/1 counter on each of them. See what I mean? Beyond the Quiet is beautiful. Yeah, it's really nice. So is Honor. Honor's some really nice artwork. Just finished sorting my 460 experimental decks from years past. Damn. That must feel good, though, to get that organized. Okay. I need your guys' help with this. I'm working on this list right now. And it's a Nello the Painter, but the idea of the deck is that it's Underground Artist, obscure only deck. So every card in the deck is ran in 15k or under decks on EDHREC. So all these cards would be contenders for my underplayed cards videos. These are all ran in under 15k decks, even the lands and stuff. The thing is, the deck doesn't run great. Like, who would have guessed? But I'm just seeing if there's any kind of fixes we could do to it. I'm going to post the link to it in the chat really quick. So I need suggestions that are ran in 15k or under decks in EDHREC. Well, I guess first off, I don't need card suggestions right off the bat. I need deck suggestions, like broad strokes of being like, oh, you need more of this. What's your payoffs for this? We need to like get some questions started, so then we can figure out some underplayed cards that kind of fit some of those answers. But right now we have a pretty decent card draw package, pretty decent ramp package, pretty decent removal package. We have a package of 15 cards that are all either make 2/2 tokens as spells, so we can play those and then copy them with our commander to make multiple 2/2s. So like Giss's Binding or Bidding, 2 and 2 black, create 2 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. If we already have a 2/2 in play from something like Rotten Reunion, we could play Giss's Bidding and sack the 2/2 to copy Giss's Bidding and then have 4 zombies in play, which is 4 more potential copies with our commander. So we have tons of ways to like be able to like copy potential instants and sorceries we're playing. And then those instants and sorceries are probably going to be like Commence the End Game, Follow the Titans to deal damage to different targets, Immolation Gyre to deal X damage equal to the number of instants and sorceries to every player. We could copy that. Profane Transfusion, copying that seems pretty good to me. Pink Horror pinging the whole time, Sentinel Tower pinging the whole time. Since we're sacking so much stuff, Phoenix Fleet Warship will get a bunch of copies into play. So like those are the win cons for the deck. We have a few board wipes. We get copies off consumption, which isn't the worst. The deck just doesn't run great. Let me run like a play test. Obsidian Obelisk, such an underrated rock.
Is it in, how many decks is it ran in? Oh, it looks like I already run it. Oh, I do. Obsidian Obelisk. No, I mean, I saw it in your list already and I run it. I love it. Yeah, Obsidian, it is really good, dude. I didn't know the name because I've never seen it until I put it in this deck. Yeah, it's pretty good. Honestly. I don't hate that Mana Rock at all. Let me do a little test game here with it. Okay, so turn 1 we'll play our little land. Turn 2 we'll play a mountain and we'll play Curious Homunculus. We can tap that, a colorless, use it only to cast instants and sorceries. Untap, Watervale Cavern does not untap, unfortunately. But we will play this. No, we're going to play this. Play a swamp. And then we'll pass. And then we're going to go ahead and just counter something with Flip the Switch. So we can go ahead and counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. And then create a 2/2 zombie. So we'll make a 2/2 zombie. Then we'll pass back to us. Our land does untap now. We will pay 1, a red, a black, and a blue for Anello the Painter. And then we will pass the turn. Comes back around. This does not untap. Play our land. See what I'm saying? It's just a little weird. Like, we can set up Anello to, like, do stuff. Like, we've got the 2/2 zombie. We've got Azaz. Like, so we've got ways to copy potential spells. It's just, like, the spells aren't that great. Like, if enough creatures attack during someone else's turn, we could Rowdy Research and copy it to draw 6 cards, which could be good. Like, so during someone's turn, if they attack with, like, 3 things, we could play Rowdy Research for 4. And then sack a zombie. Draw 6. Hitting a pink horror. Mona the Unhallowed. It's just interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It's like if we pass back around now after doing that, we could be like, draw, that's tapped. Wall play. Looks like you might need game enders. Yeah, I don't know. That's what's so interesting, though, to me. Like, I guess I need a couple more, because Fall of the Titans is good to deal X damage to each of up to 2 target creatures or players, because then you can just copy Fall of the Titans and, like, do a bunch to everybody. Immolation Gyre does X to each player, and each creature and each planeswalker you don't control were X the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, which I guess doesn't end the game. Phoenix Fleet Airship could definitely potentially end the game. Profane could potentially. Rona and Pink Horror pinging along with Sentinel Tower, it seems pretty good. Those 3 pinging players seems decent. Commence the end game, copying that to get like a massive zombie, I guess. Doesn't seem terrible. But yeah, I need some more like early mid game stuff that could like potentially be game enders if they're copied with my commander. Looks like I need more red mana.
Hey kid! Yeah! How you feeling?
Play a land. Play this land. Play a Lotus Blossom. Put a counter on it. Play this. Oh, we don't have blue. Well, we could have blue here in a couple turns, but yeah, we'll just pass. Keep our removal up. Play this. This goes up. I'm going to sack this for 2 blue. Use 1 of the blue, black, red to play Anello. And then use the other blue plus 2 to play Trail of Evidence. Then we'll pass. Comes back around. We will play The Final Days. Create 2 tapped 2/2 black horrors if the spell is cast from your graveyard instead. Create X of those tokens where X the number of creatures in your graveyard. We'll make 2 of those. Then we'll pass. Oh, we also get an investigation, so we get a clue token as well. Come back around. This does not untap. We will play 1. 1 and a black. Destroy target tapped creature. Sack a horror to do that twice, so we'll blow up 2 tapped creatures. We get another clue token. And then we will pass. Comes back around. That does untap now. We're not getting like any lands. We're really getting goofed up with the lands here. Yeah, the lands are just like... I mean, the mana base is like garbage, but like... Maybe more engines? Yeah. I think I do need some more... Like, some more powerful engines, but it's tough with the 15k restriction. Are there any, like... Is there any of these type of effects that are ran in, like, not a lot of decks? Oh, apparently not. Okay, maybe. Let's see. Creature control with toughness 4 or greater. We don't need that. When this creature enters, create a 2/2 black zombie. That's pretty good. Start your engines. Oh, this isn't in my colors, though. Damn. Whenever another creature you control dies, gain life equal to its toughness. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Ooh, that's pretty good. If that's under 15k, we could run that. Yeah, 3k decks. Okay, Southwind Avatar is actually kind of a bop in here. I like that. Ooh, 21k, damn. Yeah, that's about all there is. Elemental Expressionist. Four hybrid is it? 4/4. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, choose target creature you control until end of turn. If it gains, this creature would leave the battlefield. Exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. And when you exile this creature, create a 4/4 red and blue. Ooh. So I could set up my next spell to be sacking a zombie, but then that zombie will just get replaced with the 4/4 blue elemental, and I'll still get the copy anyway. That's pretty cool. I like that. That is pretty neat. Oh shit. Okay. Whenever an attacking... No, we don't need that. Whenever another creature you control dies, Vindictive Vampire deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. 35k. Damn, these are all ran in enough decks. Oh, what if we did target? Okay. There we go. We're on to something here. Whenever another zombie you controls dies, each opponent loses 1. I mean, that might be worth running if it's not in... I think that's probably in enough decks, though. 62k? Damn. Oh, it's not organized by that. I was going to say, I'm like, that is crazy. Excuse me. Whenever Pious Evangel or another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. You can pay 2, tap it, sacrifice. Oh, we don't run white. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. How many card decks is this in? 15.5. It's just over the mark. Damn. You can set up this spell if you stack the trigger right. Oh, really? Ooh. Oh, so the first I do the targeting my token for when it dies next first on the stack, and then next on the stack will be the having to sack it to copy. That's cool. How many decks is this guy ran in? 33k. Damn. He would have been sick. Feral Ghoul might be kind of interesting if it's not ran. 37k. Jeez, okay. Maybe okay. Sanguinary Priest. 11.9k? Okay, well, Sanguinary Priest is going to be good. Isn't that how you spell sanguine? Oh, weird. Okay. Spiteful Prankster. Whenever another creature dies, Spiteful Prankster deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. That'll be good. Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on Venom Crawler. Already have Pink Horror in there. Ooh. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. What about, how much is, his name Jury? What's that guy's name? He's a black red legendary. Jury. Oh, he's in a ton of decks. 66k. Damn. Let me see here. Do you have Blightning in this deck or Thraxamunder? So this deck is an actual, it's a, what's it called? Like a challenge deck. So all the cards in this deck have to be ran in 15k decks or under in EDH Rec. So like every card in here is an obscure card. So I do not run those in here. Okay, what about whenever creature dies, counter. Really? Oh. Ooh, Vogar could be great. It's a $12 card, but it could be good. 3 and 2 black, 4/4 menace. When another creature dies, put up 1/1 counter on Vogar during your turn, which we can copy removal spells during our turn, and we can sack zombies. And when Vogar dies, draw a card for each 1/1 counter on it. Yeah, ran in 5k decks. Vogar could be cool in there, actually. Scavenger Drake might be pretty good in here. 3 and a black, 1/1 flying. Whenever another creature dies, you may put a 1/1 counter on Scavenger Drake. Just like get a huge flyer built up over time. And then if someone tries to take out Scavenger Drake, you can just flash in an instant and then sack Scavenger Drake to just copy the spell. I like these ads. Sick of all the ads. Ooh, that's a 5-drop, jeez. Yeah, see, getting a 1/1 counter on a flyer when stuff dies normally goes for like 5 mana. This is a 4-drop that just straight up does it. That's pretty good. Want to break from all the ass? No. I like these ads though. These are already feel like the deck's gonna be better. That's actually a death trigger too. When this creature exiles this turn, create a 4/4. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, those are what I was missing, I think. This could also draw me a bunch of cards. I think I'd probably take out Ugin's Insight. What 5 cards could be cut from this list? Probably Fall of the Titans. That's not really as good as I thought it was. There's also Venom Crawler if you like those types of effects. He's a little life link guy. Yeah, that seems pretty good, honestly. Yeah, I think those are going to be great. I don't know if Scarblade's Malice is good enough. Scarblade's Malice. Which one's that? One black instant target creature you control gains death touch and lifelink until end of turn. When that creature dies this turn, create a 2/2 black and green elf creature token. Yeah, I agree. That's not as good as I thought it was. What's up, Nick? What's up, P-Mac? How you doing? What deck are we going over? I'm building an Anello deck. I'm working on a video for a deck made of nothing but obscure cards. So every card in this deck is ran in 15k or under decks. And we're just like trying to iron some of the rust off this thing right now. Got some good stuff though. We got a bunch of death trigger stuff now in here. So when we sack our stuff to Anello, we get some good value. I have no idea if this is actually good or not, but I saw Silver Quill Lecture, and it's a super cool card. Oh, I can't run it in this deck. I gotcha. Oh, no, okay. Creature spells you have cast have demonstrate. That is a really spicy card. I need 4 more cards to drop here. I think we could drop Praying Omnipotence because Immolation Gyre is just a board wipe. I don't think I even run enough red spells to really make Zuko that useful in this deck. Yeah, I run like 10 red spells. Yeah, it's my lowest percentage in the deck. Draws locked in. Have you considered Soul Ring? I hear it's an alright card, but I don't know it myself. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've heard it's okay. But when my commander just costs 3 colors and I run cards like Elemental Expressionist, how good is it really? You know? Death triggers are good. Card draws locked in at 12. Ramps locked in at 11. Removals locked in at 11. Sack us 13. Too good. Win con. Wipe. We're going to have to take some stuff out of the win con right now. Because I don't think some of this is as good as I think it is. Like, Commence the End Game, I don't think is that good of a card at all, actually. One more card. We have to drop one more card. Maelstrom Muse? Yeah, I think Maelstrom Muse can go. Alright, let's see how this feels. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna take out those colorless lands. Those feel terrible in your hand. That's not bad. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna play with Cinder Marsh. Pass. Draw. We'll play an island. Pass. Ooh, that's actually a good draw. Pay 2 and a blue for Trail of Evidence. Play our commander. This one doesn't untap. Play Moan of the Unhallowed to make 2 zombies. And then also a clue token. And we'll pass. This one does not untap. We're going to play Skull Tap, sack a zombie as a part of the Skull Tap cost, but then also sack a zombie to Anello to copy Skull Tap. So we'll draw 4 cards. Then we'll also get another clue. Play our land for turn. Pay 2 for a Curious Homunculus. And then we will pass. These 2 do not untap. Play an island. Ooh, that's not bad at all. Ooh, we want to copy that actually. We're going to want to copy that one. So we need to get something into play that's bigger than 3. Shit, I should have kept my zombie. Wait, I can flash this back, can't I? For 7? For 7, yeeks. Is Read the Bones in under 15k? I have a hard time believing that. It has flashback too. We'll utilize the flashback next turn. Pay 5 per Fire Nation attacks. Create 2/2 soldiers that have fire bending. That's also going to get me another clue. Comes back around. My land's untapped this time. Ooh. That's not bad. I'm going to play Southwind Avatar. And then I'm going to play black, red, blue for Croesus Charm. And I'm going to destroy target non-black creature and destroy target artifact because I'm going to copy Croesus Charm by sacking my soldier. When I sack my soldier, I gain 2 life equal to its toughness. And then whenever I gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So, is that per 1 life you gained, or is it just whenever I gain life in general? Either way. Either way, not bad. Okay. Come back around. Untap. Play a Sentinel Tower to start pinging people. Sack a treasure token to draw a card.
Hey kid. How you feeling?
Gate of the Afterlife is ran in under 15k if you want to run that. That already does run better than it did before, though. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Oh, non-token. Unfortunately. That takes it out of the run-in for me. This already looks like it's going to run better than it did, though. Like, we go first, we play this, we pass. We play Swamp, we play 2 for this. We can add a colorless to use for instant or sorcery. We untap, we add a Swamp. We pay 4 to play Geese's Bidding, make 2 zombies. Then pass. We need that red mana really bad. But we can make it work for right now. Play Sanguine Priest. Oh no, an island. We'll pass. Wait for somebody to swing with a few creatures. Drop a Rowdy Research. Draw 3 cards. There we go. Comes back around. We'll play our red. Ooh. There we go. Blue, black, red. We'll play Anello. And then we'll play blue, black, blue, and then 1 to play Talrand's Invocation. We'll sack a zombie to copy it. So we will make 4 2/2 Drake tokens. This is already running way better. Pass around. Oh, yeah. This is going to be good. Moan of the Unhallowed. We'll sack one of these to make 4 zombies now. Boom. And then we got Sanguine Priest firing off with all this. This is way better. We'll walk the plank. Sack a zombie. Walk the plank 2 things. Destroy 2 creatures. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is going to be way better already. Yeah, Southwind Avatar, dude. Oh, yeah. This is already a much better list. Thank you. Instead of Merciless Resolve, may I suggest Decode Transmission? What is Merciless Resolve? Alright, I trust that it's better already, dude. I trust. 2 and a black, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, instead you draw 2 cards and each opponent loses 2 life. That's way better. That's actually perfect interaction in this deck. This feels way better. Junji also? I think Junji is ran in more than 15k if I had to guess. Let's see. Junji. Yeah, it's ran in 107,000 decks. Holy shoist. That's crazy. Junji's in 100k. Yeah, that's crazy. Because if you click on him as a commander, it says that he's in 500 decks, but as a card, he's in 100k. No, you're good, PMAC. I did the same thing for the longest time. I'm pretty sure a bunch of my early videos have, like, a bunch of commanders on there that are ran a lot more. And I'm like, no, it says, like, this many decks. I genuinely did that on, like, 2 or 3 videos. This feels way better, dude, than it did. This actually feels like it's got, like, a path that it can take now. Play an island, pass. Play a swamp. Play Voldarian Arcanist, pass. Play a swamp. Tap 4. Mona the Unhallowed, get 2 zombies. Untap. Play a mountain. Pay 3 for Anello. Pass the turn. Play a land. Pay 4 for the Final Days. And we're going to create 4 tapped horror creature tokens. Those aren't the right ones, but that's okay. Then we'll pass around. Oh, we're going to play the pink horror. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, it's going to do 2 damage to any target. And again, we're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, let's throw a Rona into the mix. Start pinging people for playing instants and sorceries for 3 now. We can copy anything we want. We got a Profane Transfusion chilling in the hand. Rotten Reunion coming out to make some more. Sentinel Tower to start pinging people for even more. This is already way better, dude. Thank you, LJL. That was some good suggestions. Which decks are on the docket for the All for One challenge? We actually got through all the decks. We kind of blasted through them. But Sunday, I'm uploading an actual video, like, announcing to, like, the bigger community about the challenge. So, like, you guys are going to have a chance to make, like, new decks if you want to, or make a second deck, or make your first deck. This was more of, like, a test run to see how the idea works and if it was something we liked. And it was definitely something I think was cool. So on Sunday, I'm going to release, like, an actual video. A call to action video for people to start submitting and doing that challenge. So watch out for that video. Because we finished up all the test run decks, and it was a blast, so I'm definitely going to be making that video Sunday. So, well, I think I'm going to hop off, boys. Honestly, we got on here at 9. No, we got on here at 10, didn't we? 10:30? We've been on here for a good 2-3 hours, so I didn't get to hear, well, get a chance to hear what you said about mine. Let me see here, PMAC. Which one was yours? What's your name on the thing? But yeah, go have a good time, bud, regardless. Oh, dude, I don't know why I always forget that you're Outreach. Jeez, I'm such an idiot with names. Like, I feel so bad because I'm sure people get offended. It is not a personal thing. I actually suck at remembering names. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This deck was sick, dude. It confirmed a bunch of my theories from my Ravnica video. I made like a Easter eggs in Ravnica art video way back in the day. And it confirmed a bunch of my theories because I had a theory that these little glyph things were like security cameras. And then one of the cards in your deck, Surveillance Monitor, shows him using those to like watch people. And I was like, holy shit, my theory was right. Those are surveillance cameras. So I was super stoked about that, dude. Also, Murders was like one of the first sets that popped into my head for just like outright power. I was like, if you want to make a strong one, like the first sets that popped into my head, if you want to make a strong one, were Bloomborough, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and Murders of Karlov. I was like, those are going to be amazing. Benji the Great. Oh, you picked the wrong time to join. What's up, my guy? But we are about to get off here. I'm about to get off. All right. But there's a good 3-hour VOD that you can watch of me reviewing a ton of decks, going through one of my decks. Tons of stuff. Let me see how long we've been on here. I feel like it's got to at least be 2.5 hours. Oh, we've been on here for not even 2 hours. It's just about to be 2 hours. This one was a challenge. I enjoyed it. Yeah, for sure, dude. I enjoyed it a lot, too. I made a, my original deck was from OG Lorwyn, and it was going to be the Horde of Notions Elementals, but then I was like, this deck is not good. It has no mana ramp, no removal. So then I went with Bloomborough, and like ended up having like 11 pieces of removal, 5 pieces of mana ramp, 5 card draw. So I was like, I can actually build a deck out of this. Your deck, by the way, seems insane. You have card draw, mana ramp, removal, flyers. I think if it was about power, yours would definitely stand out for sure. I found so many cards from these decks. Like, look at all these. These are all the cards that I found from your guys' decks where I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to check these out in some of my decks. Whoa. My computer's running slow. So many cool cards. I'll probably have a follow-up video to this to like cards I found from the all for one challenge or something. Because these are all sick. Run mana ramp, shmana ramp. I run nothing but bombs and lands. That's fair. That's the freaking Chad way to do it, dude. Oh, thank you so much, LJL, by the way. This deck feels a million times better. This feels like it's like a ready to start working on a video for it thing, which I'm pumped about. Cool. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Always love seeing you guys stop by. We're going to be doing Friday night deck reviews tomorrow night. So if you want to submit your decks for Friday night deck reviews, you can become a Patreon member or a YouTube member for as low as $1. Helps me out a ton. And yeah, you can get your decks submitted and in queue for me to review. In queue for me to review. Sounds good. Anyway, enough with the formalities and the niceties. I'm out of here. I got some editing to do.